Welcome back to Undiagnosed Baddie, your favorite daily 10-minute podcast hosted by me, your girl BellaThaGawd. I just want to check in with y'all. Y'all let me know. I get on here and I talk about myself all the time, and that's because it's just me, right? So I do want to check in with the viewers. How y'all feeling? Let me know what's going on. Tell me something about you so I can get to know the people that are like supporting me and in my comments. Tell me something about yourself. I think that's a good way to start to build relationships because I'm going to be outside. I like to get to know who I'm talking to. I like to get to know who's supporting me. I like to get to know all of these things. Don't forget, at 1,000 subscribers, we are having a giveaway of the Ordinary products, y'all. So stay tuned. Again, this one is going to be a scavenger hunt. I'm not going to make it easy, and you're not going to be able to put it in the comments here. You're going to have to email me your answers. There's going to be 5 winners because that's a big one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into today's topic. And says the topic is workplace rules that don't make sense in 2026, right? So number one, being in the office. If it's being in fucking office, there are some times in some industries where you need to be in the office. We are in the age of technology where a lot of people don't have to be in the office. And what I realized, especially during COVID, is that a lot of people don't create home environments that they like and that they can thrive in. A lot of people say, "Oh, I just need bed," and it's a bed. "I just need chair. I just need, couch." And it'd be a chair and a couch, but the thing about that is that they're not comfortable, right? They're not comfortable in their spaces. How does this go? Okay, there we go. Had to sit back a little bit. My back was hurting. And because they're not comfortable in their spaces, they'd rather be outside of the home, and they would rather not be in their space because it's not comfortable. And on top of that, they don't like the person they married. They don't like their kids. They don't like their mom, whoever they live with. They don't like it. So their escape is work. And the fact that we spend, 8 hours a day minimum in a place that gives them an escape, right? And we're not talking about commute and all that other shit, but now I'm getting off topic. Having to be in the workplace and in a time where everybody's just doing reports, you're being micromanaged, right? We're wasting so much time and resources getting there. The uniforms, if certain people wear uniforms, if you have a job where you can do it from home, that's you don't need to be in the office. That's 100% outdated. Okay. Another rule that doesn't make sense in the workplace in 2026. Now, this is going to get a little tricky, okay? Because there has been such great debates online about how people show up to interviews and what they look like. Now, I do think that attire per industry, okay, is important. Attire when you walk into a particular space. I don't Someone that works in fashion is going to have a lot more leeway in what they're able to wear to an interview than someone that works in a corporate office. I do not think that you have to be like in suits and ties in all establishments. That is an out in corporate establishments. We absolutely have to have rules because there are nasty people out here. There are people that don't wash their clothes, that don't wash themselves, and there's has to be woo excuse me, there has to be hygienic rules and all of that put into the work handbook and SOPs, all that other stuff, because people are not clean. But I don't think that particular dress codes, because now you want me to wear office attire. So now I have to go buy an entire different wardrobe for me to sit in this desk. And I'm only talking about the places where you're not customer facing. I'm not saying you can come in and fucking streetwear and fishnet and shit like that. But I remember having a job where, this is a very long time ago, y'all. I haven't done this in a long time, and I worked in a call center, and they wanted us in motherfucking, you need to wear slacks, you need to wear a blouse, you're allowed to have this type of sweater, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I remember thinking, y'all don't pay me enough for this shit. Where's the stipend for this shit? Right? I don't see nothing wrong working in a call center, going in wearing jeans, going in, you know what I'm saying? As long as my body is covered, as long as I'm comfortable. Because again, a lot of these jobs don't pay that. So one of the rules, but then you also have people, that come in and wear short dresses and ruin it for other people. So I see why they do establish certain things, but certain industries do not require, okay, you to wear that, but they do make you do that. Does that make sense? Okay. Another rule in the workplace, in my opinion, that is outdated. Stop making people write down why they're taking off. It's not your business. Now, if we do the over 3 days thing, I understand you may need something going on, or not something, you may need something going on. Girl, what was that thought? You may need proof for HR, FMLA, etc., etc. What's going on? Because now your job is not being done and we're having to find other people do your job. I get that. If I'm taking my leave, I'm taking my leave. Another rule in the workplace that is outdated is when they say, it has something to do with this. Find somebody to cover your spot. Woo, red flag. Red flag and outdated. No. Your job as a manager, your job as a C-suite operator, C-suite management, is to say, when Ricky is not here, Ronnie backs them up. If Ronnie is not here, there's this person. If this person's not here, then you do the job management, right? So it's their job to do that. The outdatedness. Oh my goodness, right? The outdated, what's something that's outdated that needs to go away? 15-minute breaks, or saying you have to work 4 hours. Like, this entire work shit needs to be restructured. We're not living in the industrial age anymore. We're not living and working in times and spaces where you are absolutely, okay, brick. And now that I've done the bricks, is this person flip it. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I had another thought in my mind right quick. Oh, 8-hour work. That should have been the first fucking one. 8-hour work days are so unnecessary. I think between 4 and 6 hours is enough. And not only that, I think it would burst productivity out of this world, because okay, you're gonna bullshit for 2 out of the 8 hours, don't get me wrong. Another hour is your lunch, another hour is walking around, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is that you do. If you work from home, you're bullshitting a little bit, or you just logging in and you'll wake up and do it. Because 8-hour work days, done. They need to be done with. Also, now stores are not even opening up till 10. What are we doing? Let's what's one of the rules that don't make sense? Stores opening the fuck up at 10. What are we doing, y'all? But also, I think 5-day work weeks. You got to roll. It would absolutely work if you can still do it. People are just not using their fucking brains. You can use the same workforce and say, hey, this 50% will, for the first 6 months of the year, will work these 4 days. And this 50% will work these, you know what I'm saying? Something has to overlap the hours, lengthen the hour. I'm sure people have things going on in their lives, especially parents, that would say, hey, we would love to, I'll work at night, I'll work this time. We have to be flexible with the hours of what's going on as well. Certain rules, 9 to 5, bye. Bye. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, those are mine. What are yours? Put them in the comments and then come back to Undiagnosed Baddie.